My salutation to holy feet of holy trio, that is Thakur, and Swamiji. I have been here for 3 days. First day for yesterday, I delivered lecture just informal, that is about Ramakrishna movement and the participation of the devotees. That day I told that devotees are very fortunate and blessed ones for having opportunity to participate in this global movement, global spiritual movement. We call it Ramakrishna movement. Yesterday, I spoke on very important and burning issues for a long time. That is, how to bring harmony of religions, how there can be the existence, or rather peaceful existence of religions. And today's subject has been given to me, that is serving humanity as a spiritual practice, a spiritual sadhana. Undoubtedly, service is very important, very popular spiritual sadhana. And in our Indian tradition, mainly there are 4 kinds of sadhana, 4 kinds of spiritual practices, and they are, all of you know perhaps, that is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Raja Yoga. These are the means by which you can make union with God. Yoga means to union. So you can connect with God, you can connect yourself with God by karma, by jnana, by bhakti, or by Raja Yoga. Out of these kind of 4 spiritual practices, seva, serving humanity, is very popular. And most of the sadhakas, they prefer to pursue this spiritual sadhana. This is spiritual sadhana. Because all of us do some work, whether in the factory, whether in the hospitals, whether in the office, whether it's in an agriculture field. Everybody does some work. And Bhagavad Gita, it is said very beautifully that without karma, without action, you cannot remain a moment. Don't think that karma means, action means you are working in the office, writing something, talking something. But according to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna is telling, that is, you are taking breath, that is also work. You are talking, you are walking, that is also action, that is also talk. So, when we cannot remain without action for a moment, then how you should do work? You are working. Undoubtedly you are working. But we have to think when work becomes service. That is a very important thing. How work or action can become service. Or the work all you do, you cannot say that is a service. When the great ideas, an ideal are added to the work, then that work become sadhana, seva or service, or according to Vivekananda, work is worship. With what attitude, with what mindset one should do work? Dear friends, we do work but we do not know the technique of doing work. You must know the technique of doing work. Simply you do work, it will create all sorts of problems. And it is believed that if you simply work, it will create bondage for you. What is bondage? You are bound. That every work creates bondage for you. And you want to get out of this bondage. That is called liberation, mukti. This is a bondage of what is called birth and death. Janma Mrityu Chakra. We are in the cycle of birth and death. And whether you want it or not, but you feel that one should get rid of this birth and death. Why one should get rid of birth and death? We are very happy here. We are born, again we die. So the cycle goes on. But if you think very deeply, that if you are in cycle of birth and death, it gives you a lot of trouble, lot of misery. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. So if you should know how to do work which will not create any kind of bondage for you. Any kind of bondage for you. You are in bondage. I am living apart this bondage of cycle, birth, cycle and death. You are in bondage. You are in bandhana. What kind of bondage? Bondage of name, fame, power, position, money, wealth. You are in bondage. Or other words, you can say, you are in attachment. All of us attached to all these things, the mundane things, the worldly things. So spiritual sadhana is how to get out of this. How to get out of this. So Bhagavan Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, you work in such a way, you perform your duty and responsibility in such a way, so that your work, your action will not create any kind of bondage. In other words, you can say it is a karma yoga, very beautifully explained in the Bhagavad Gita. And the very famous sloka of Bhagavad Gita is Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. It's wonderful. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, the secret of karma yoga is to do work, do action without respecting the result of your action. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. It's wonderful that you work but don't expect the result of your action. In return, you don't expect anything. Don't expect anything. Here you all devotees are coming, just I am giving the example. All you are coming to the ashrama, and I don't think you expect something in return. I don't think you expect something in return. Why? Because you love to serve monk, you love to serve Sri Ramakrishna, you love to serve ashrama. You don't return. You don't want any return. It is called work for work's sake. You love to work, love to serve. That is where you are serving. And where there is no return of anything, you all do it. You are coming here all the way from different places. Isn't it? And you don't get anything in return. Yes, one thing you get, you must understand and you should know, and you should feel, that one thing you are getting in return, that is a joy and bliss. By serving others, you get a kind of satisfaction, a joy. That is, Bhagavan Krishna is telling Bhagavad Gita, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. Sometimes it sounds absurd that you will do work, but you cannot expect, or you will not expect the result of your action. Yet sometimes it sounds absurd. People raise questions without motivation. How you can work? This is a very pertinent question, there is no doubt about it. But dear friends, whether you want result of your action or not, it is the nature of a karma, nature of action. It will give you a kind of thing in return. Whether you believe it or not, whether you want it or not. And it is called law of karma. What is the law of karma? If you do good action, you will get good result. If you do bad action, you will get bad result. Nobody can stop it. So why you are simply bothering your head? What will be the result of your action? Unnecessarily you will be in trouble. What will happen? Will you get this or that or not? When the students, particularly, when they appear in the examination, and after that, all the time they were thinking what will be the result, whether the result will be good or not, whether the number will be 80% or 90%, all the time, unnecessarily, you are troubling yourself, they are troubling themselves. Yes, if you have performed very well in the examination, definitely you will get good marks. Unnecessarily, you should not bother about the result of your action or what will be the result of your examination. Your duty is that the student duty is to study seriously, well and sincerely, and you will get good marks. Sometimes something happens, you won't get the expected result, but it is a general law that you will get good result. General law. So, dear friends, whether a student or anybody working anywhere, your duty is to just work. You need not bother about the result of your action. I would like to tell you one incident. Very recently, a gentleman, a devotee, used to come to me. Then one day he told me, Swamiji, with God's grace, in a corporate office he used to do work in a good position. And after some time he came to me and told Maharaj, now I have become the vice president of that corporate. At the same time he told Maharaj, I never hankered for that post of vice president. Simply I was doing my work sincerely. Very sincerely I used to do my work, I used to perform my duty and responsibility. Maybe he was telling, maybe because of good work, because of sincere work, I have been given this post, most probably. Just see, he never hankered after all these things. We should not also hanker. See, if you hanker this thing, that thing, and all sorts of things, and the result, and when you not get it, then what will happen? Frustration will come. And most of the people are suffering like this, suffering from frustration. Why people do feeling frustration? Why? Because when your desires are not fulfilled, when your desires are frustrated, you will feel frustration. It is the only cause. That is why Bhagavan Buddha discovered a great thing. Bhagavan Buddha saw when he was a Prince Siddhartha, perhaps all of you know, or if you read the life of Bhagavan Buddha. Bhagavan Buddha, when he was young, then he came out from the, what is called palace, and he came across the four sins, and he did not tell you anything, everybody knows. And he realized that everywhere dukkham, dukkham, sarvam dukkham. Whole life is full of misery. From birth to death, if you think deeply. So all the time the misery, all kinds of misery. Then Bhagavan Buddha seriously thought how to get rid of these miseries, worldly miseries, dukkham. And that is why he left home and hearth. He became the mendicants. He became the sadhaka to find out what is the reason of this dukkha, this misery. Dear friends, if you think very deeply, really, our life is miserable in this mundane world. Our, what is called, Sarda Devi used to say in Bengali, Baba, sukar jibone kotorukun, dukkhoi to besi. It is not negative, it is a fact that in the human life, this mundane life particularly, very little is the joy or bliss. More is misery and misery and misery. So Bhagavan Buddha discovered what is the cause of misery. There must be a cause of this misery. And he discovered, great discovery we can say. He discovered because of this, what is the cause of misery, and he find out the cause of misery is Trishna. Trishna. If we think deeply, Trishna means desire, and Pali Bhasha in those days, it's called Tanaha, the Trishna in Sanskrit, and in general parlance we tell all kind of desire. This is the cause of misery. If it is the cause of the misery, then how we can get out of this misery? Diagnosis is made that the cause of misery is Trishna. Then what will be the treatment? First diagnosis, then treatment. Then Bhagavan Krishna is telling, Buddha is telling, ki if you want to get rid of this misery, do Ashtanga Marga Sadhana in Buddhism. Do Ashtanga Marga Sadhana, right thinking, right everything. It is there in, just you can take the book and read. It is very interesting. You do this sadhana, you will get rid of this misery. So that is, dear friends, that you do work. You should work, do work. That is why Bhagavan Krishna told Arjuna, Arjuna, you are frustrated, you are telling no, you will not do, you will not fight against Kaurava, these, that, so many things you are telling. But you need not bother about all these things. Who will die in the battle? Whether you will win or not. Don't bother your head about all these things. Your duty is to, as a Kshatriya, as a warrior, your duty is to fight. Fight against these illegal things. Fight. But he has told how you will fight. With what attitude you will fight. What attitude we should do work. Discharge your due responsibility. Sangang taktva dhananjaya. Read Bhagavad Gita, the Karma Yoga. Sangang taktva dhananjaya. What is that? Sangha? Sangha means attachment. You do work, you fight, you go to the battlefield. Without any attachment. Without any attachment. Why Arjuna became so weak? Arjuna was an ordinary person like us. Arjuna was the soldier, great soldier in those days. Arjuna the best archer of his time. Arjuna had everything. Money power, muscles power, intellect power, what not. But a person like Arjuna became so weak. Mentally he was totally broken. If you read the Vishada Yoga, broken, man like Arjuna. Why? A kind of weakness overpowered Arjuna. Nothing but the attachment. Attachment brings weakness to Arjuna. Weak attachment. That is why Bhagavan Krishna is telling whatever you will do without any attachment, without being attached to your result of your action. All the time we are thinking and we are attached to result of your action. We are in delusion, if I am permitted to say. Deluded. Our intellect is deluded. Moha. Moha is a very dangerous thing. Moha is very dangerous. What is moha? We say delusion. We read Bhagavad Gita, we read philosophy. What is moha? Moha means when your intellect gets deluded, when your intellect doesn't work, buddhi. What is the function of buddhi? What is the function of buddhi, intellect? Judgment, yes. Function of a buddhi or intellect is to discriminate what is bad and what is good, what you should do and what you should not do. But unfortunately, when your intellect gets deluded, as what is called Arjuna's buddhi got deluded. Got deluded. And Arjuna could not take decision whether he should fight or not. And at last he took decision that he will run away from the battlefield. Run away from the battlefield. So dear friends, so we see in the life of Arjuna, a kind of frustration came. Not only Arjuna, in everybody's life. Somebody's life little, somebody's life little more. Frustration comes. Every moment of her life, frustration comes. And main cause of frustration is that when your desires are not fulfilled. Desires are not fulfilled. That is why I am talking about the karma yoga, the great sadhana, spiritual sadhana. Do it. Do your karma. With some intention. With what intention, with what attitude, with what mindset? Whatever work you are doing, wherever you are doing, do it without expecting the result of your action, of your work. Yes, you'll get everything, a pay packet, this, that, car, everything you'll get, because if you do work sincerely, and you got it. You already got it. You are doing sincere work. So, dear friends, you will be not in trouble, and it will be the very appropriate sadhana, the means to get rid of this birth and death, mukti. That is called in language of scriptures, liberation. Liberation. And dear friends, the Sri Ramakrishna has given wonderful dimension of serving the people. Wonderful dimension. It was there in our scriptures before advent of Sri Ramakrishna. But he put more emphasis how one should do work, how one should do rendered, even you can say rendered service. The wonderful dimension of doing work, the technique, Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. Serving man, serving God in man, Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. We serve people not with a view that Shiva is residing in all of us. In all of us. Nirme Narayana, जिसको हम कहते हैं. We believe, our philosophy believes that Nirme Narayana, the Shiva, or God, resides in each and everybody. So Sri Ramakrishna has given us a wonderful technique. When Nandanas saw this Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva in the Dakshineshwar, in Sri Ramakrishna's room, how many have gone to Dakshineshwar? Raise your hand, let me see. Oh, almost all you have gone. Thank you. So the Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna's room, when Sri Ramakrishna said, who are you to show compassion to others? Don't show compassion to others. You are nobody to show compassion to others. Rather, Sivo Gyani Jiva Seva. Serve people, realizing the variable manifestation of God in them. That is what Swami Vivekananda said, today I got a new light. আজকে একটা নতুন আলো পেলাম in Bengali. Today I got a new light. New light about what? New light about serving the people, serving the humanity. If I get opportunity, যদি কোনোদিন দিন আমি পাই, সুযোগ পাই, I will spread this wonderful idea of serving, this wonderful idea of doing work, technique, I will spread all over the world. And Swami Vivekananda did it. What is the motto of Sri Ramakrishna Mission? A huge organization. When Swami Vivekananda came from the West, and he established Ramakrishna Mission, the global Ramakrishna Mission now we find today. I'm very happy that all these areas, the Houston, Dallas, Austin, so many ashramas have come up. Anyway, it's the wish of Sri Ramakrishna, because Sri Ramakrishna wanted very seriously that his wonderful ideas, his infinite ideas should spread all over the world, all over the globe. And Swami Vivekananda established Ramakrishna Mission. And perhaps you know the 1st May 1897 in Balaramba's house in Calcutta. There he decided. There is a wonderful motto of Ramakrishna Mission, Atmanamoksharthang Jagadhitaya cha. What does it mean? Atmanamoksharthang Jagadhitaya cha. Atmanamoksharthang means for our own salvation, mukti, and for the good of the world. How will get mukti, liberation? By doing good to the world, by serving the people. This is the means of getting mukti or getting bliss and joy, whatever it may say, by doing service to the people at large. People at large. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, where do you seek God? You seek God in synagogue, in the church, in the temple, in the mosque. God is before you in the form of uneducated, illiterate, diseased, marginalized. God is before you with these forms. You have got the opportunity to serve God in this form. And that is why he said, his wonderful utterance, that service to God is service to man. Service to God is service to man. Do it. These are spiritual sadhana. This sadhana we should do. And other sadhanas are there. There's no doubt about it. Jnana Yoga is there. Bhakti Yoga is there. We do bhakti. We come to the temple. We love God. But it is more easier. And everybody can do it. This karma yoga. Because we all do karma. Just you have to change the attitude of doing work. जिसको हिंदी में कहते नजरिया बदल देना है. Just to do, you need not spend more time or spend more money, nothing. Just to change your mindset. What changing the mindset? What does it mean? You do any kind of work with dedication and devotion, with a spirit of service, with a spirit of the whole work we are doing, it is not doing, it's the spirit of service. All the time we think what I will get in return. To be very frank, don't take it otherwise. All the time we think whether promotion will be there or this company, that company, all sorts of things. Yeah, no. That is work only. It cannot be called service. Service is something more higher than work. More higher than work. Service. Service without expecting anything in return. And it is said very beautifully that you serve God or you serve God in man. It is called. Wonderful. Wonderful. With this idea, you do work, it will become a great service. It will become the great means and ways to get rid of this karma bandhana or this cycle of birth and death. With this attitude, you have to do work, serving the humanity. It's called sharing and caring. Dear friends, it touches my heart and touches the heart of millions of people. Swami Vivekananda wrote a letter to Maharaja of Mysore. What he has written later. My dear noble friends, life is short. Vanities of life are transitory. They alone live wholly for others, rest are more dead than alive. What a wonderful letter. What Swami Vivekananda is writing letter to Maharaja of Mysore. Our life is so impermanent. Today I am here, tomorrow I will not be here. So impermanent. Though we think due to our ignorance, we think that whole life will be in this world. No. Today you are here, tomorrow you will not be here. You see, what is the most wonderful thing in this world? Can you tell me? Wonderful thing. Saptam Ascharya. And what is the most Ascharya thing in the world? Most wonderful word? Idea? Can you tell anything? Yes. Everybody knows we will die today or tomorrow. Knowing it this, we think that we will live forever. Live forever. Live forever. This question was asked by Jaksharaja to Yudhishthira. And another many things he asked, wonderful things and wonderful reply also. What is the fastest thing in the world? Not Concorde, not your jet. And yesterday I went to see what is called rocket and all sorts of things. Mind is the fastest thing. I know you are hearing, but your mind, within this few minutes, your mind has gone so many places. Your mind has gone to Patlak. My mind has gone to Patlak. Your mind has gone to some other else. Sitting here, your mind has gone to New York, New Jersey, there, India. Within no time. Your rocket and Sputnik is nothing before mind. It runs, it goes, it fast. Within no time. A twinkle of eye, you can send information from one corner of the world to another corner of the world. So mind is very fast. So dear friends, what I wanted to tell you, that, so life, as Swamiji was writing letter to him, the life is very impermanent in nature. Today, I am here, today I am not here. And another thing also is there. All vanities of life are transitory. They are also very impermanent. They are not permanent. Name, fame, power, position, youth, everything is transitory. Everything is impermanent nature. But I'm देखने में बहुत सुंदर. Today I'm looking very beautiful. Everybody is looking at me. And after what will happen after a few years? Nobody will look at you. Frankly speaking, don't take it otherwise. क्या बोलो? रोहतक की जम कोई बुरा बात बोल रहे हैं? No, रोहतक की जो बैठे हैं ना पीछे सुरेन बैठे हैं. So you see, so all these vanities will go away. If it is so, your life is impermanent, all vanities of life are also impermanent, so it is better to live for others. And the persons who only live for himself or themselves, he is dead, more than dead, Swami Vivekananda is telling. क्या सुंदर बात कहते हैं स्वामी विवेकानंद. he alone live for others. Dear friends, try to live for others. All the time we are thinking for ourselves, living for ourselves. And this is called selfishness, utter selfishness. Swami Vivekananda wanted to speak that unselfishness. Day before yesterday I was telling, first day lecture, that unselfishness is the test of spirituality. Unselfishness. The test of, we want to become spiritual and spirituality all the time we talk. But one condition is there. If you want to become spiritual, first you have to become unselfish. Without selfish mind, you cannot become spiritual. Take it for certain 100%. Though you may claim that you are very spiritual. So if you want to become spiritual, then first become what is called unselfish. Unselfish, nishwarthata, जिसको हिंदी में कहते हैं. Unselfish. Are you unselfish? Whether I am unselfish? If you are unselfish, then you are proceeding towards spirituality. You are going nearer to God. So, dear friends, that is why this serving humanity is a great sadhana, the spiritual sadhana. That we have to do. Serve without caring for anything, name, fame, power, position. As you do here, I strongly believe, you are doing voluntary service to, I have seen thousands of volunteers in Ramakrishna Mission. I really wonder, really you are blessed. You are very fortunate that without any return you are coming to the ashrama, serving the ashrama, donating money, taking care of the ashrama, taking care of the other devotees, taking care of the Swami. What else? It is called selfless work. Niskama karma, it is our scripture, it is a niskama karma, selfless work. If you do selfless work, without any motive, without intention means this desire of getting something in return, if you do work without all these things, and this is called selfless work, selfless service, selfless work. And what will happen? What you will get by if you do selfless work, niskama karma? It is said, it is proved, it is verified and tested that your mind will become pure. Chitta suddhi. Your mind will become pure. Chitta suddhi it is called. When your mind becomes pure, when your chitta becomes pure, when your mind becomes clear of all these things, desires and everything, then you can have vision of God. Sri Ramakrishna is to say, what is to say? When the dust accumulated on the mirror, you can see your face in the mirror. When you remove the dust, then you can see your beautiful face on the mirror. Similarly, when your chitta, when your mind is not clear, dust have been accumulated in your mind on your chitta. तो आप कहेंगे ये dust कहाँ से घुसा कहाँ से? You cannot imagine that so much of dust accumulated in our mind and on our chitta. So much of dust. What does it mean by dust inside? Dust means our chitta, our mind is full of desires. Full of desires. Remove all these things. हम कहते हैं लोग भगवान का दर्शन नहीं मिलता है. People say that we don't get darshan of Ishvara. Swamiji, what will happen? How will you get darshan of what is called Ishvara or God? You cannot have vision of God. For getting vision of God, you must have clear mind and clear chitta. Pure mind and pure chitta. God, you will get the vision of God. God will be reflected on your pure chitta, and a clean mind. So, you do it. Do service. That is why, for a long time, not thousands of years, this serving humanity has been considered as spiritual sadhana, great spiritual sadhana, spiritual practice. आध्यात्मिक साधना जिसको कहते हैं. कुछ नहीं करना है, जो कर रहे हैं, just you change the attitude of doing work. You just change, you must know the technique of doing work. Most of us do not know the technique of doing work. जिसको कहते हैं कला, art of doing work. You must know the art. Everything you do it, I do it, everybody do it. It's some art of doing. You must know the art of doing. You are driving the car. You must know how to, you must know the art of driving, otherwise your life will become miserable. Isn't it? Similarly, you must know the technique of doing work. Then you will not be in trouble, you will not be in frustration. Trouble means frustration. Sometimes in Delhi, many young boys, they come. What is the problem? It's only one problem. Dimag mein chakkar. We are not getting peace of mind. I am not at all successful in my life. All the time failure and failure. Naturally, that anybody will get frustrated. You see, they should read Bhagavad Gita. How to get rid of this frustration. Arjuna had the frustration. Tremendous frustration. He was to run away from the battlefield of Kurukshetra. But how Arjuna got rid of this horrible frustration? Bhagavan Krishna has not given any medicine or anything. We take antidepressive drug, I know all sorts of things. But Bhagavan Krishna did not prescribe any kind of antidepressive drug to Arjuna. What he did. And that is why you see end of the Bhagavad Gita, what Arjuna is telling. Nashtamohe sitirilabdha tat prasadat mahachyuta. Oh Achyuta, oh Krishna, my delusion has gone, my weakness is gone, everything is gone. With your blessings. Karishye vachanang tava. Now I will do whatever you will want me to do. I will do. And all of you know, the Arjuna fought the battle, or won the battle. So, Bhagavan Krishna only gave him the advice. The advice of self-confidence and self-reliance. Self-confidence. Arjuna lost self-confidence in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Just Bhagavan Krishna brought back the confidence, self-confidence to Arjuna. You see, Arjuna has everything, as I was telling. Arjuna was having everything. Power, position, name, fame, all balam, powers. Bahuvalam, muscle power. Vittavalam, intellect power. Vittavalam means money power. Buddhivalam, that is intellect power. Arjuna had everything. Then having all this power, why Arjuna become weak? Why Arjuna become frustrated? Dear friends, we have to know Arjuna was lacking one power, and that power is called Atma Balam. The power of Atman is above all power. Power of Atman. You must believe in the power of Atman. And Atma Balam is the greatest power. ये सब कुछ नहीं है. वित्त बलम, बाहुबलम, all these powers are nothing before Atma Balam. Why? The Atma. You read Bhagavad Gita, Atma is so powerful, indestructible, immeasurable. Immeasurable means you cannot measure Atman. It's all sarvavyapi, all pervasive, indestructible. This Atma. So Atma is very powerful. So if you believe in Atma, if you believe in Atma Balam, definitely you will become strong. There is no doubt about it. And millions of people read Bhagavad Gita and they believe in the strength of Atman, power of Atman. So dear friends, That is why in our scriptures, in our tradition, in other tradition also, in Christian tradition, Muslim tradition, Jewish tradition, all the tradition you'll find, all the religion you'll find, and there you'll find that it is beautifully said, the service to humanity. They may differ in other points, but regarding service, they are all one and the same. Yes, you have to serve, you have to serve, you have to serve. In all the religion it is said. And similarly, in Hinduism also, it is very much emphasized that what is called service to humanity. Service to humanity. So without caring all these things, go on, serve the nation. Go on, serve the society. One point you may raise question. You're not raising, I think we may raise. What is that? I'm serving, I'm doing work. Why should I do extra work? Why should I do work sincerely? You may raise a question. There are many people, they don't work sincerely. What to speak of service? Even they do not do their duties and responsibility, discharge responsibility and duties, not perfectly or honestly or sincerely. No, you have to do. Why? How much you have taken from the society? How much you have taken from what is called country, nation? How much you have taken? How much you have taken from your parents? Today we are sitting here all because of their support. Their support. We are all indebted to our parents, to our society, to our country. You have to pay back the debt. You have to pay back the debt by rendering service to the society, to the nation, to your parents, to your superior, from wherever you have got help. From that standpoint also, it is a moral duty and responsibility to serve the nation, to serve the society, serve your parents. But sometimes I become very sad, you also become very sad, when these boys and girls, when they do not serve their parents. How much sacrifice of the parents for bringing up the children. And at the old age, get out. Go to the old age home. This is very sad. This is very sad. God will not excuse you. Will not excuse you. Anybody who does it will not excuse you. So, dear friends, that is why I'm telling the importance of service. Service to the humanity is a great means and ways to become spiritual and march ahead and ahead toward spirituality. So with these few words, I conclude my speech. And I was nearly 3 days, so much hospitality, so much food, this, that, my God. So I'm tired of eating. Tired of eating. And this devotee sentiment is there. Itna dega. Buddha, yeah, I'm become old, how much I can take? Isn't it? Buddha. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Tamko bahut acha laga. I feel very happy here because I wrote Sarvadevanandji. Last time also I came 2004, I have visited many centers. But this time I told I like to visit some new center have come after 2004. There are many new centers have come up. In this line, I think Houston, then Dallas, then Austin, and other centers have come up that side also. So I like to visit this center. I'm very happy that this ashram has taken shape. Very good shape. Though not a very big building, but neat and clean and well maintained. But one complaint is there. Don't take it otherwise. What complaint is there? Because many devotees are in Delhi, and you will find that from each family, or daughter-in-law, or daughter, or brother-in-law, or son-in-law, anyone is in America. One is sitting here. His parents are there. They tell Maharaj, We go to our parents in Houston particularly, another center also, but all the time we find that nobody picks up phone and lock. It's not possible because no Swami is here, and devotee also cannot stay here for 24 hours. That is there. But something will come out, some solution will be there. So beautiful ashrama. So beautiful ashram. Devotees are very beautiful. They are very loving. So मेरा जाने का दिल नहीं कर रहा है यहाँ से. मत जाइए, रह जाइए. अरे बाबा 2 दिन 3 दिन 4 दिन के बाद सच गए कब विदा होगा यहाँ से. ऐसे मैं मजाक कर रहा हूँ. की बोलो बाबा. इंग्लिश इंग्लिश इंग्लिश.
Physical body that remains. Is there anything written in the Ramakrishna philosophy about the donation of this body to very?
No, Ramakrishna philosophy में नहीं लिखा है. Nowadays this concept has come that you can donate this body, your eye or your heart or anything, the part of the body or whole body, you can donate to some hospital. Particularly what they do, the cornea grafting. I know I was in the hospital. If any patient is having trouble of cornea and corneas are totally gone, then they preserve the eyeball in the laboratory, and from there they take the cornea and implant the cornea on the diseased people who is having some cornea problem. But you are telling what I mean, I answering your question, whether in Ramakrishna philosophy, whether it's written here, whether you can donate your body, physical body after death to some organization, means hospital. You see, it is very old concept. It's a very old concept. It should not be in the Ramakrishna philosophy. It is a concept of 1,000 years ago. What is that? Anybody can tell? Dadichi, yes. Dadichi given his whole body, his whole bone. Oh! So out of that bone of Dadichi, he was great, devotee, and he was very powerful sadhaka. And out of that Dadichi's bone, Vajra was made. To kill whom? Vittasura. Anyway, so it is this concept is there. It is accepted and is 1,000 years old. Yes.
If you look at one thing, chapter 18 of Gita, all of us, you, me, everything, are born with three natures. And suffering. In my mind, the path, the roadmap is to move from tamas, rajas nature to sattvic nature. Because ultimately we want to do actually with your mind, which will lead to emancipation. Okay? That means the three essential ingredients: no greed, no anger, and delusion. Now, most of us struggle.
No, what is your question? You are giving lecture. You tell me your question. Pinpoint your question. What is your question? Yeah.
I'm just saying the matter.
Yeah.
The question is this. In the world of today, as you live, we need the fundamental principle you're talking about. How do I deal? How do I know he's a person of God? How can I help him? Everybody, a lot of people are selfish. They want to take advantage of it. So what is that criteria? Hey, listen, don't do this. Because helping these people are reinforcing their concept of greed, anger, and delusion.
Yes, sir. Now I understand. You see, you are telling to whom you will serve, whom you will help, whom you will give cooperation. You see, who needs, you do it. Who needs cooperation, who needs help, you help them. And you can understand, you're educated person, or many are educated person, at least you can understand that this person or that person needs help. You see, here you don't find, but you are from India, I think, and India will find still today, There are many young boys and girls, little, they will come, wait in the, what is called, traffic light and asking for money. But rarely, very few people, they give money. Why? Because they will not do any work. They will begging, and by begging, they earn their livelihood. So most of people don't give them. Let them do some work. These people are begging. Those young boys and girls are begging. Many people, they do not give. Many people, they do not give. Because if you give them money, what you are telling, to whom you will help. If you help them, their whole life they will remain as beggar. In India, you can do any kind of work. You can do laboring or other things you can do. So, and another thing is there, you can understand. There are many genuine people are there who need help. We, in Ramakrishna Mission, all over Ramakrishna Mission, in crores of money is spent, give scholarship the meritorious student, good student. Yes, we take interview, and when you are convinced that yes, this person or this boy or girl needs some help, monetary help, scholarship, we give. So you have to discriminate. My point is clear. Yeah. What?
Because if somebody doesn't respect you, you can talk all day long, they're not willing to change, and you're wasting your time. To me, that boundary is necessary because respecting others, that's a prelude.
You see, that is why Darjit said in our scriptures, Shraddhaya deyam asraddhaya deyam. Read this. Whatever you are doing, whatever you should do with all respect. Do with all respect. Just if you can help, you help money, or give some money to the beggar. What Swamiji is telling, don't throw money like this. You give it with shraddha, with respect. That is why in our scriptures it is said, Shraddhaya deyam, asraddhaya deyam. We give it, do it. Whatever you want to help or cooperate, do it all with shraddha, with respect. Yes. Bas ho gaya. Yes. Yes.
Question is, just now we talked about beggars begging. Couple of other examples is, kids not treating the parents well, and some kids complaining about their work, so on and so forth. Why is it not obvious to realize? Why is it not obvious to realize that they are doing something not right? Is it that difficult to realize?
It is not difficult. It is not difficult. But the professional beggars, they know very well that we will get some money at the end of the day by begging. That is, they are sure. That is why they don't feel, or they cannot understand, or they don't want to understand that we should not do begging. It is easy because in India, of course, there is a sentiment, yes, to help the poor, unprivileged, marginalized. It is there, the sense of charity, But you should do charity for the proper person. ऐसा ही सबको करेंगे तो सभी आके खड़ा हो जाएगा. That is why they don't feel with the professional. They are professional beggars. They don't feel. They know very well. They are very matured. That end of the day they will get some money, and with that money they will take this thing and that thing, and they will not take food or anything, or some drug or something like that. So, those who are needy, give them. Yes, that is what I am telling you. You can give them. You have to be careful. Apatra dan Bangla, apatra Bengali, it is there. That means you give. You discriminate and give. Ki bolo?
which I do agree, serving the expectation. But, I've been involved in a few organizations. Running an organization, you have to give some benefits when people donate. There's also a structure when volunteers work, a leadership structure, people aspiring for positions. As an organization, when we give benefits, when people give donations?
Yes, no, you listen to me. That you are heading an organization. Many people are working there. As a head, it is your duty to give them some benefit. It is your duty. But from their side, from employee side, they should not expect anything. I told you the example of that devotee got the post of vice president. He never expected, never demanded, because of his hard labor. The head of the company put him in the, you can say, the highest post. So they should not expect, but you should do it. As a head of the institution, you should do it. You should give some incentive. But what I am telling, why Bhagavan Krishna is telling, they should not claim. That is my point. Yes.
Career, job, is receiving payment or expecting payment for that. Does that mean that it's not service, but it doesn't actually?
I couldn't understand. কি বলছি বলো তো তুমি বলো। No, so no, because I am not habituated with this accent, Yes. So please, তুমি বলো না, তুমি তো বসে বলো কি বলছি।
And let's say you work with children or you work for other people, and you get paid for that.
Peace. কি বলছি? হ্যাঁ ঠিক বলো বলো। Yes. You see, you must have a legitimate salary because you have to earn your livelihood. Don't think that if you donate everything, then how will you earn your livelihood? But what I mean to say, don't hanker too much for a higher salary. But what is the legitimate salary? You must have the legitimate salary. Must have that legitimate salary from where you are working. Yes, serving the people. Yes, he's serving. Because without salary, how will you survive? How will you survive? How will you earn your livelihood if you do not take salary? But don't demand all the time, give me more salary. That should not demand. Yes. Now, why are another অসুবিধা হবে? বললে হবে না।
Like all these things that we know, but how to act like it? You told all the good things. We know all the good things.
Yes.
But can you tell me, by doing a meditation, my settling my mind in any competition, to act like it?
You see, yes, I'm telling you. Nowadays, people who wants to do little sadhana and this and that, what they want? They want immediate, instant. The spiritual sadhana is not instant. There is no magic, there is no miracle, there is nothing. The lifelong you have to practice it. Lifelong you have to practice it. Because today you have come to ashrama, anybody, and sat for 5-minute meditation, and for 1 week, no meditation, nothing of the sort, no coming. That will not do. There should be constant practice. That is why you have read Bhagavad Gita. That is why Bhagavan telling Arjuna, abhyasena takunta, constant practice without any break, interrupt. And another thing is that, it's really you are sincere to acquire all these things? As you really you are sincere. If you are sincere, definitely you will get it. Whether you are sincere or not. That is the question. First, spiritual aspirant must have sincerity. Yes, I want this. No simply going here and there. No, all right, let it be. No. Are you serious? If you are serious, then you will get it. Otherwise, you will cannot get it.
My question is, just to be like to be serious, it is also a question of acting. Is meditation will help you?
Yes, meditation will, everything will help you. A service also will help you. Leave apart this meditation. Meditation is not so easy. Meditation is very difficult. If you read the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, those who have gone it, meditation at the end, before Samadhi is meditation. Can you imagine?
Meditation is
Like this. Graph here. So not this. That is, I'm telling, the easiest, or we can do it, serve others. Help the people who need help. That's all. Without any return. Without any return. Do it. That is a great spiritual sadhana, the spiritual practice. Thank you very much for patience hearing, and you put many questions. Thank you very much. Keep going.